Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for everyone to get in and get settled, now's a great time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe that's a glass of water or a cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home with you and you'd like to smudge with me, it's a good time to grab those items as well as we begin to ignite the healing within. Good morning, everyone. For our relatives out there who don't have smudge at home, that's perfectly okay. We'll send some cleansing and healing energy your way. Good morning, everyone. It's a new day. It's a new week. It's a new season. This is our opportunity to cleanse and start again. Aloha, kakahiaka. Good morning, everyone, and hello. My name is Malia, and I'm a community healer here at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a non-profit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We will always breathe. We will always stretch. We'll explore ways to integrate self-care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute teams that are here with us. We have our occupational therapist, Claudia Meyer-Smith. Good morning, Claudia. Pleasure as always. So glad to be back at the 8 a.m. post and so glad to see you here with us again. And we also have one of our newer members to the team, our bilingual victim services advocate, and also a truly amazing woman, Jessica Gonzalez is here. When you see the HIR Wellness Institute commenting and posting, that is Jessica this morning. So how is everyone doing this morning? I want to do a check-in. I also want to welcome all of our relatives back. It has been a 2-week break as we transition into all of our fall programming here at the HIR Wellness Institute. I will be completely honest, I really miss doing these reflections and resilience posts. So I'm so glad to be back to participate in what we call community activated medicine. And what that means is it was developed and founded by our founder, Leah Denny. Community activated medicine means that the people are the medicine. And if the people are the medicine, that means not only are we active in helping healing in a way that we can all participate, but that means also within us, we have within our own hearts, our own minds, our bodies, and our spirits, the ability to do our own part of our own healing. If you're new to this page, to comment, all you have to do is like and follow, and then you can comment right here on the videos. We keep it that way so that it's safe for everyone from spam and other unpleasant tech issues that arise. So if you do want to comment, you are more than welcome. This is a place for all of our relatives where you are encouraged to share. You will always be respected. We will always respond to your comments. So how are you doing today? If you do want to comment, you can. And also to relatives, if you're just feeling not comfortable to do that, that's fine. But I'm here to ask you, how are you feeling? You can take a moment to maybe scan your body, see where you're at physically, maybe talking about some things that are on your mind or reflecting for a moment on what's weighing on you today and what feels good today too. Claudia says she misses the videos as well. Good to know, Claudia. Thanks for sharing. Well, we're giving everyone a moment to share if they like. Just as a reminder, we have some excellent things that we do at these videos every morning. I am going to be sharing our Journey to the Heart, which is daily meditations on the path to freeing your soul by Melody Beatty. As well, we also have our Meditations with Native American Elders by Don Quiz. We will breathe, we will stretch, and also I will be sharing our tea today, as well as the moon phase that we're in. We're in a very, very awesome and exciting phase of the moon today. But let me get into our tea this morning. This is a tea that was made by Bonnie McKiernan. She is a First Nations woman out of Shawano, and she hand makes these teas. They're absolutely beautiful. Normally we do fava tea, but I wanted to highlight one of our Indigenous relatives right here in Wisconsin. And this is a very interesting tea. It is raspberry flavored green tea. You can kind of see the ingredients in here. Let me show you. The beautiful green tea. Let me tell you about the aroma. It has that fresh cut green tea smell, that almost like grassy smell. And then, of course, beautiful hints of pieces of dried raspberry. I've had it brewing here. See, that's this beautiful blush color. Got the tea bag in there. See that gorgeous color? It almost has like a rosé color to it. It's a very pretty blush color. Green tea is an excellent way to start your morning. It is caffeinated. It is loaded with antioxidants, though. When you combine that with the raspberry, we just steamed the tea. I didn't boil it. We want to be really careful when we do drink green teas not to boil the tea leaves. Not only does it bitter the leaves and make it kind of a murky, cloudy flavor, it can also kill some of the really helpful benefits in it that we need. So just being really careful to steam the tea. My goodness. The tea is perfect this morning. A little bit of caffeine to start the day and to start the week. It has been amazing to wake up in the morning when you have that little bit of sort of cool, that cool fall weather in the air. You can kind of feel it in the morning, and at night it's definitely been cooler and colder. But I absolutely love the fall. And any of our relatives out there, if you enjoy the fall season, please do let us know. Interestingly enough, what's really cool about fall for me, not only is it my favorite holiday as we approach into what I call the spooky season, but also for Native Hawaiians, our traditional beliefs are that the new year actually begins around the end of October. So for me, it's very exciting as we're about to transition into this season. We are also transitioning into that new year. You may notice the background is a little bit different today. I'm actually sitting at Jessica's desk. We start the morning very early here at the HIR Wellness Institute. At least I'm one of the first to come in. And so when Jessica and I came in, we actually one of our office doors we couldn't get into, so we had to do some quick scrambling. Typically, I'm in a different location in the office, but this is where we are. This is where we're at. Sometimes mornings don't go the way you plan them. Today was one of those mornings, but we made it work, and here we are. So you'll notice that throughout the weeks, I'll be in different areas of the HIR Wellness Institute, which is quite a beautiful place to be. Relatives, let's go into our deep breathing. And I will always remind us, deep breathing is one of the most immediate ways to practice moments of self-care and wellness throughout your day. It literally involves nothing else. All you need is yourself and a readiness to take a few moments for those deep breaths. Now, if you're anything like I am or have a tendency to be, which you may have, your mind may be very busy, right? If you have a lot going on, I know as Western people, we tend to have to multitask. We have very busy lifestyles. Um, or even if it's not that, even if you're just a person who just finds your mind to be very busy and active at times, deep breathing is an excellent way to bring us back to our center and to really help still and calm our minds. And when we allow ourselves to deep breathe, as the mind quiets, it allows us to be in a space of stillness where we really can listen to our heart and our spirit. And in that quietness, it gets to expand. It allows us moments of stillness, not only where we can reflect, but moments of peace. You might find that after deep breathing for a couple of days, couple of weeks, and even in this case, for many of us doing it here together on these videos, it's been many months. I've come to find that I now sleep deeper and longer. I also found that I tend to be able to be relaxed much more easily. My mind is more still, and that's been a beautiful thing. So I'm so happy to share this with you. Bob, I see you. It's a great day. So wonderful to hear, and thank you for joining us. So glad to hear it's a great day for you. All right, relatives. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. And as we inhale through the nose for the count of 4, the belly is going to expand. Okay, it's going to extend out. And we're going to exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. And as we exhale through the mouth for a count of 6, our bellies are going to contract. So as we breathe in, the belly expands through the nose for a count of 4. As we exhale through the mouth for a count of 6, the belly will contract. While we're breathing in, taking in those energizing breaths, you can allow yourself to close your eyes if you like and just kind of do a scan over your body. Pay attention to where you might be feeling some pain, tension, or discomfort. Or maybe you have some thoughts on your mind that aren't sitting with you well today. And as you breathe in, allow that breath to energize and heal those areas. Bring in some cleansing energy to those areas where you might be feeling that discomfort. And as you exhale, allow yourself to release those feelings, thoughts, or emotions that aren't serving you. I have my feet flat on the floor and my hands gently in my lap, but you can sit, lay, or recline however you feel comfortable. Are you ready, relatives? I'm going to take a deep inhale. Here we go. Inhale as we expand the belly. And exhale through the mouth, nice and slow. Deep inhale, bringing in that healing energy. And exhale. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. Let's continue to deep breathe as we roll our shoulders. I always like to start with the shoulder roll because oftentimes this is where we hold our tension and our stress in the shoulders. As I roll those shoulders, deep inhale. Now these are just guidelines. You can stretch however you like. Listen to your body. Your body knows best. You know what you need the most. Deep inhale. Arms out to the side. Oh, you might yawn here. That's okay. Exhale as we bring that arm across, rolling out the wrist, stretching the shoulder and upper back. Deep inhale. And exhale. Oh, that feels so good. I haven't done much movement this weekend, I'll be honest. Inhale. And exhale as we bring that arm out directly in front of us, gently pushing down on those fingertips. We're stretching the forearm here. Deep inhale. Exhale as we hit the other side. Oh, that feels so good on the forearm. Let's clasp those fingers. Inhale. And exhale as we push the palm out and up towards the ceiling, gently bending from side to center. Woo. You might hear a little snap or crackle. That's okay as long as it feels all right, relatives. Inhale and exhale as we push down to the opposite elbow, stretching that tricep. Inhale and exhale as we push the other side. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, let's go ahead and stretch the neck, looking from side to center, side to center. I'm stiff. I really feel like these last couple days, double tapping the air towards the shoulder, stretching the neck a little further. I really have not been doing too much movement, and I can truly feel it right now, so it feels good to stretch. We're going to do a neck roll here, bringing the chin from shoulder to shoulder, stretching from side to side. Let's look down gently towards the lap, up towards the ceiling, stretching the neck. One more time, looking down gently. How'd that feel, relatives? Did that feel good? It felt awesome to me. Every time we meet relatives, I like to share the lunar phase that we're in according to my ancestral teachings, which is the native Hawaiian lunar calendar, otherwise known as Keala Okamahina, or the pathway to the moon. We are in an absolutely beautiful and exciting phase of the moon today. We are in the moon that Hawaiians call Muku, M-U-K-U. And what does that mean for relatives today? We are in the last day of the lunar cycle. There's 30 moons in every day of the month, according to my teachings. And we are in the very last one. That means tomorrow is a new moon. If you look outside this morning, you may have the opportunity to actually see the moon in a very beautiful light. As I was driving to work this morning, now last night you couldn't see the moon at all. When you looked outside, it should have been completely absent. But this morning, what I did see in the pale blue sky, just like the color of this tea almost, a very pale pink, beautiful, beautiful moon, high up in the sky, full and round. And this marks the end of that lunar cycle. And tomorrow is the first day of the new moon phase. It's an excellent time right now for reflection. It's a good day to focus on looking within. It's a good day to be still, to rest, and to regroup. Monday is a perfect day for that, as we can reflect on our intentions for the rest of the week. And now, even for the Hawaiians, as our traditions are that this would actually be the beginning of a new month, or Malama. Aloha, Auntie Pat. Thank you for joining us. And good morning, Devron. Welcome to you as well. Welcome, everyone. We're so happy you're here to join us. And relatives, I do share my ancestral knowledge that I know, that I've learned with you humbly. I truly believe that there is no right or wrong way. What is right is what feels right for you. What is right is what resonates with you. I know that many of our Turtle Island relatives and many others, we all have our own beautiful cultural ancestral teachings. And if at any point you want to share them, you want to share your knowledge, we embrace that here. We honor that here. And this is a safe place for you to share. You never know who's out there who might be part of your same tradition, your ancestry, your tribe, clan, or chiefdom. And I found that a lot of our relatives, for many of us, and for me included, I especially feel this way, that our culture is good medicine. It is part of our healing. So always feel free to share. You're more than welcome to share. I did ask, and I always will, every time we do our morning reflections and resilience, is how are you doing today? And you're always welcome to share that on these posts. I can read them out loud. We can take a moment to reflect and honor together. Or you can just take that moment of insight to just sit with yourself and see where you're at today. And for our relatives out there who are not okay, if it's one of those days where you're not okay, or if it's one of those weeks or even months, or even for 2020, it might even just be one of those years. If that's where you're at, where you're not okay, I want to remind you, relatives, that it is okay not to be okay. If that's how you feel, and that's where you're at, that's where your heart is right now, it's all right. Because part of our medicine and part of our healing is allowing ourselves to truly feel what it is that we feel authentically. But if you're not doing okay, I encourage you, relatives, to reach out to someone that you can talk to and someone that you trust. Maybe it's a friend or a family member or even a coworker that you really trust. And you can also reach out to our Cares Warm line. It's open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or text, and one of our Cares counselors will get back to you within 24 hours. When you're connected to one of our Cares Warm counselors, you can talk about the things that are on your mind. Maybe you're worried or anxious, uncertain. Maybe you're sad or angry. Or it might just be you don't know how you feel. You might feel confused and you want to talk to someone. Our Cares counselors will listen to you. You will be respected. You will be heard. No judgment, no stigma attached. And not only will our Cares counselors provide you with emotional support, but they can also provide you with resources that may be helpful to you. So relatives, I want you to know it may not always feel that way, but you are not alone. Reach out to someone, talk to someone, talk to one of our CARES counselors. Jessica says, today I feel okay, but it was a rushing start for my first time moderating in Facebook. Yeah, so Jessica, this is her first time moderating. And today I was so happy to get back to the videos, and we all get into the office very early and we're just ready and prepped to go. And I know relatives, you go through this sometimes too. It's like no matter how prepared you are, sometimes as fate would have it, it is just not destined for things to go smoothly like we planned. And that was us this morning. I was here early, ready, lots of plans in mind, and went to go into the office where my desk is, where my computer is, where everything that I need to start the day smoothly is, and the lock was broken. So we had our campus police here trying to get in. We had our all the custodians here were trying to get us in, and we could not get in, and we're running around, and things just did not go as planned. And it really is a reminder to me in life that, you know what, sometimes it's just not meant to be, and we can just go with the flow. And that's really how this morning was at. Jessica says, thank you everyone for being here with us, and thank you so much for joining us. I am so excited about all the fall programming that we have here for our relatives. We have our Elders Book Club that starts next week, and our Daughters of Traditions programs. We have lots of beautiful programs here available. Some are new and some we're starting again. So please do check out this Facebook page for our calendar. We have so many beautiful programs, and I promise you there is something for everybody, regardless of your age, regardless of your ancestry, regardless of where you are in your healing journey. This is a great place for you to be, and we always support you. All right, relatives, we're going to get into our book, Journey to the Heart, Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul. This has been shared to us by our occupational therapist, Claudia Meyer-Smith. I do want to say this is a fantastic book for daily reflections, and we can start to do that together every morning. Today we are on the date of September 14th, and there's a different reflection for every day of the year. The title of this excerpt is There is Power in Powerlessness. Sometimes we can't help ourselves. No matter how hard we try, no matter how deeply we feel we should be doing things differently, no matter how committed we are to personal responsibility, free will, self-actualization, and self-determination, sometimes we simply cannot help ourselves. We keep on doing the same old things. We can't seem to change. And even though we wish we could, it doesn't mean we aren't responsible. It doesn't mean we aren't accountable. It means simply that for the present moment, we can't change, can't help ourselves, can't do it differently. Many of us have discovered a truth in these moments. There is power, even in powerlessness. There is power in admitting powerlessness. By voicing the problem, by accepting the powerlessness, you are bringing and attracting help. Ask for the help that you need. Admit and accept your powerlessness. Be gentle with yourself. You are not alone in your problem, your powerlessness, or your search for a solution. Let love lead, and the way to the answer you seek. What do you think, relatives? This very much reminds me of what I was just saying about about how sometimes you think your day is going to go a certain way, no matter how you plan, no matter how ready or prepared you are. Sometimes we just do not have the control. And when we're in those moments, maybe those moments are, you're on a path, a journey. Maybe you're trying to make positive change in your life, and you just feel like you're kind of always just slipping back a few steps, or you're staying stuck. When we are in those moments of powerlessness, even just to take those moments of authenticity to recognize where we truly are at, can really be powerful in the way that it allows us to surrender. And surrendering to what? To who? For me personally, I feel that it's based on your faith, on your beliefs, on your spirituality. Or maybe it's not even spiritual for you. Maybe it's just the way that you integrate allowing things to go the way that they will be and surrendering for a moment. Claudia says, thank you. She needed to hear this today. Deborah Ann says, yes, go with the flow. Miigwech for your safe, loving space. Thank you for being here, Deborah Ann, and for being a part of our community activated medicine in which all of us are taking part in this healing. You are part of the safe space. Every one of us here is. Patricia says, yesterday I talked with a cousin and my brother. I have decided to pull back and let the Menominee man I am helping go on his own. I am healing. Patricia said, this confirms the decision I made yesterday. Thank you for sharing. Going with the flow, that's what I'm hearing from our relatives right now. We don't always get to choose what we want, right? I wish we could. I wish it was just like, yep, this is what I want. Here it goes. We get it. That's all we need, right? It's just the desire. But sometimes, as life would have it, things aren't always the way that we want them to be. And it can be exhausting to fight it. If it feels right, relatives, if it feels right to let go, to breathe through it, to take those moments of reflection and just trust in whatever the universe or the creator or God or however you see it has in store for us. Jessica says, part of my learning way, parte de mi camino de aprendizaje. I tried, Jessica. I tried to read in Spanish. My apologies for butchering it. Powerlessness. And when I think of that word, I also think of the word surrender. I think of the word faith. I think of the word flow. I think of the words acceptance. And feel free to share what that means to you too, relatives. Meditations with Native American elders, the 4 seasons. I also thought too, what just came to my mind is sometimes when we see those that we love or people who are in our lives and they're just not doing what we might feel is best for them, or they may not be acting or being in a way that isn't best for you, and we find ourselves wanting to have control over the situation. And relatives, I get this too. This is part of some of my daily struggles, right? I think this is sort of a universal thing, is that we ultimately do not have control over anybody else. And if we do, or if somebody has control over us and is trying to decipher our path for us, it may not always bode well, right? The beauty of who we are as people is that we have the choice. And sometimes we don't always perceive it that way, but we do get to choose our path of wellness and self-care. And that path and journey sometimes looks like a step up. Maybe it's a leap and a bound upwards in that journey of healing. Sometimes we are literally crawling on this journey. And other times we might be slipping down that mountain a few steps, or maybe it even might feel like a few hundred feet. There are times in our journey where we just need to sit and reflect. We need to take inventory of what it is in our lives that is serving us. Or maybe we just need to take moments of stillness just to be and just to let it be. And wherever we are on that journey, that is our journey and it is our choice. That's the beauty of self-care and wellness. But conversely, I understand that that can be really difficult, because sometimes we want to help others on their journey, and we can, but only if they choose to. And the fact of the matter is that sometimes it can be really hard to accept that some people may never be ready. And you have to be able, well, you don't have to be able to. You don't have to do anything. But sometimes it helps to just understand that sometimes if we do want to be in other people's lives, is to meet them where they're at. And it may not be where we want them to be. And relatives, I'm not saying this to be preachy. I truly promise you, I have these same occurrences in my life too sometimes. And it's just a reminder. But the beauty of self-care and wellness is we have our own personal choice. And sometimes wellness looks like amazingly awesome things like eating ice cream and watching Netflix if you realize that you've been having extremely difficult days at work or your mind and body have just gone through a lot. But sometimes the path and journey to self-care and wellness can be very difficult. Sometimes it means letting go of those relationships that are no longer serving you. Sometimes it means scheduling that doctor's appointment that you're just have been putting off because you don't want to be able to have to face what it is that it might take. Patricia says we have influence over people in our path. Ultimately, everyone controls their own life as they wish. Yes, Patricia, Auntie Pat, you are such a beautiful influence in so many people's lives. And you are an amazingly loving and beautiful person. So thank you for being you, and don't stop being you. That's what I say to everyone. Be you, be fully you, be who you are. Let your spirit shine. And sometimes those around us, they're only where they are. And I wish you healing through that, Auntie Pat, and strength. Deborah Ann says I have to step away. I'll be back later. All right, Deborah Ann, anytime, in and out, no worries. We're going to do one more before we leave. September 14th, again, this is on Meditations with Native American Elders. Follow the old one's advice. This was a quote by Tom Porter Mohawk. The old one is called by many different names. Grandfather, the four directions, Father Sky, Mother Earth. We should seek the advice of the old one to help us build our vision. He will put inside of our mind and heart the vision that we are to follow. The vision is recognizable by the feeling that it has with it. This feeling is hard to describe. It feels right. It feels calm. It feels joyful. It feels warm. It feels sacred. The old one has a way of letting us know it really is his advice. Listen carefully. He will put inside of our mind and heart the vision that we are to follow. Grandfather, I'm listening. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us today. Jessica said, I learned just to be there if they need me. I can't stay in all places to protect them because I know my brother and sister would do for themselves. Thank you for sharing, Jessica. Sometimes love means meeting them where they're at and accepting them for what it is. And forgiving ourselves for where we are. Forgiving ourselves for trying the best and understanding that sometimes we are not able to help how we want to. And that is okay. And that's how we can take moments of self-care for ourselves, to forgive, to accept, and to focus on our healing. Malama pono iko kino. Take good care of your body, your heart, your mind, and your spirit. Attached to this video is a community survey. Please take a moment to fill out this very brief and anonymous survey. It asks just a few questions. and it helps us better understand how to serve you, our relatives, all of you out there. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Aloha nui, much love, big, huge love to you all. And a hui ho'aku no, we'll see you later. Aloha, everyone. See you tomorrow. Glad to be back. Have a beautiful start of your week and the new moon tomorrow.